Hello students, we'll start with the sixth chapter, that is anatomy of flowering plants. In the previous chapter, we studied about the morphology of the flowering plants, that is the external parts. The external parts or the parts of that plant. They are the root, then the stem, leaf, all this, and even the flower. All these we will consider as a morphology or the external parts. In the case of each one now, in this chapter, we will study what is the internal structure of root, what is the internal structure of stem, and internal structure of leaf. That's the chapter called anatomy of flowering plants. Anatomy means study of internal body parts. Whatever the plant body parts are there, those body parts, plant body parts, we will study internal structure. What are the parts which are present, what type of cells are there, what type of tissue is there, all that we will study is called anatomy. In the case of flowering plants, there are two types of plants, that is dicot plant and monocot plant. Here, the dicot plant seed will have two cotyledons. In the case of monocot plant seed, will have only one cotyledon. So only the names as called the dicot plant and monocot plant. First one, we will study in this chapter both the dicot and monocot structures. Before I told the plant which is having parts as root, stem and leaf. All these we will study for both, that is the dicot root and the monocot root. Dicot stem, monocot stem, dicot leaf and monocot leaf. In this chapter, we will study both of that, dicot and monocot, dicot stem and monocot stem, dicot leaf and monocot leaf. Let's start with the first one, that is dicot root. The dicot root consists of the various layers of the cells. If we consider, the first one is epidermis. Epidermis is outer layer of the root. Outer layer of the root. And this layer, what it is consists of? A single layer epidermal cells. You can see here single cells. The single cells which are present, those are in one layer. That is a single layer epidermal cells. That means the epidermis consists of single layer epidermal cells. And these epidermal cells has a root hairs. So what is this root hairs? You can see this, the root hairs which are present, and these root hairs will help in absorption of water and minerals which is present in the soil. ಸಾಯಿಲಲ್ಲಿರೋ ವಾಟರು ಮತ್ತು ಮಿನರಲ್ಸ್ನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅದು ರೂಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆಗೆ ಅದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ರೂಟ್. In the sense, epidermis consists of, you can see the pink layer, the cells which are present, this is called as a epidermis. The next what you can see is a cortex, and here this part, till here it is a cortex. The cortex consists of several layers of parenchyma cells. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೇನು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ಅದು parenchyma cells. So these parenchyma cells, you can see ಮಧ್ಯ ಮಧ್ಯ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಂಟರ್ಸೆಲ್ಯುಲಾರ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಈ ಪಿಂಕ್ ಕಲರ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನು ಲೇಯರ್ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಇದು ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಕಾರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸು. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಕಾರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ದ ಕಾರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ಯಾರನ್ಕೈಮಾ cells, several layers of parenchyma cells. You can see here only the parenchyma cells which are present having a intercellular spaces. And the next part, if we consider that, the endodermis. This is the innermost layer. What is this endodermis? This is the innermost layer of the cortex. ಕಾರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋ ಲೇಯರ್ನ ಎಂಡೋಡರ್ಮಿಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಬ್ಯಾರಲ್ ಶೇಪ್ಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಬ್ಯಾರಲ್ ಶೇಪ್ಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್, ದ ಬ್ಯಾರಲ್ ಶೇಪ್ಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. ಸಮ್ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್, ಬ್ಯಾರಲ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸೆಲ್ಸು. ಈ ಬ್ಯಾರಲ್ ಶೇಪ್ಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸು ಎಂಡೋಡರ್ಮಿಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದಿಸ್, ದ ಲೇಯರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಪಿಂಕ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಎಂಡೋಡರ್ಮಿಸ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ endodermis layer. This is very important. And this endodermis, which is consists of a barrel shaped endodermal cells. What is this endodermal cells will produce? This is very important. The endodermal cells which are present in the endodermis produces a chemical called suberin. This is a waxy layer, waxy chemical or the waxy material. And this waxy material, it will not allow to water enter inside. ಎಂಡೋಡರ್ಮಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಸುಬರಿನ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಸುಬರಿನ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇವಾಗ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಇದಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಥರ ಶೀಟ್ಸ್ ಥರ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅ ಶೀಟ್ಸ್. ಹೀಗೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಪೇರಿಯನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್. ಈ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಏನು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಇದು ಬಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಪೇರಿಯನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಪು. ಸುಬರಿನ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಶೀತ್ ಥರ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು. ಆ ಸುಬರಿನ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲು ಏನು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಶೀತ್. ಆ ಶೀತ್ನ ಏನಂತೀವಿ? ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಪೇರಿಯನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್. This will be waxy material. It will not allow the water to enter inside. So which layer will produce us? Endodermis will produce us. The endodermis consists of the endodermal cells. That will produce us the layer, and that layer is called as a suberin chemical. That will forms as a sheath called Casparian strip. Very important. So name that chemical which is produced by the endodermis of the root. That chemical will call it as a suberin chemical, and it will forms as a sheath called Casparian strip. Now the next layer is pericycle. This is also consists of few layers of parenchyma cells. Here you can see the parenchyma cells, I mean the pericycle, which is present in this, and here it will be present. The pericycle, this is the pericycle which are present, and this is consists of the parenchyma cells which are present. Here you can see that the pericycle, and next is a vascular bundles. The vascular bundles which are present, those are called the xylem and phloem. So that xylem and phloem which we will consider as the vascular bundles. You can see that here the xylem and the phloem which are present. Here it is a xylem, here it is a phloem which are present, and here between the xylem and phloem the cambium is present. That is a very important thing, because the cambium which is present will helps in the, this is you can see, which is present, which helps in the secondary growth of the dicot root. That's very important, so that the plant can grow as a tree. This will makes as a secondary growth, and here which will helps in the secondary growth of the root. That is a cambium which is present in the only dicot plants. So now coming to the monocot root. In the case of monocot root, it is the same as that of the dicot root. That is, it is also consists of epidermis, cortex, endodermis, pericycle. And only one difference here is the vascular bundles which are present in the case of dicot root, it is a more compared to, in the monocot root it is a more compared to so in the case of the monocot root, here you can see that the same epidermis, you can see that, and this epidermis which it is consists of a single layer epidermal cells. The next is a root hair, and that root hair will helps in the absorption of the soil, water and minerals from the soil, same like a dicot plant. And here you can see the cortex. The next layer is a cortex, and it is consists of the several layers of the parenchyma cells. Same as in the case of the dicot root, you can see that the several layers of that complete thing, it is a cortex. So the cortex consists of several layer of parenchyma cells. This is also common like in the case of dicot root. The monocot root, same, that is epidermis. Sometimes we will use a word as epiblema. The epidermis is consists of a root hairs. That root hairs will helps in the absorption of water and minerals from the soil. And the next part is a cortex. You can see that is consists of till here. It is a cortex, several layers of the parenchyma cells. Then endodermis. Here you can see the little more clear compared to the dicot root. In the case of the dicot root, here also the endodermis will be present. That endodermis which is present in the monocot root, this is a single layer, the barrel shaped cells. So that endodermal cells which are present, that is the same as the endodermal cells. In the case of the dicot root, endodermis and the endodermal cells, same, this will also produce as a chemical, that is a suberin chemical, which forms as a Casparian strip. And here you can see the vascular bundles. It's a very clear. This is a red color which we can see is a xylem bundle, and here it is a phloem bundle. Both are there. This is a, okay, this is xylem and here it is a yellow color. What you can see, it is a phloem bundles, both are together. And but the center part, you can see that it is a little more bigger of that. The region, it is called a pith region. That pith region is big. Pith region is a big in the case of monocot plant compared to the dicot root. And here the one thing, cambium is absent. We cannot find it, the cambium, because if cambium is absent, no secondary growth which will takes place in the monocot root. Only the secondary growth which we can see in the case of the dicot root. That's why the cambium is present in the case of the dicot root. You can see that. So here it is other thing which is present, and this will makes us that the cambium which will helps in the secondary growth. And you can see here it is here you can see that the dicot root width of a pith region is very small of that pith region in the center. And in the case of the monocot root, here you can see the pith region is large. That in the case of the dicot root and the monocot root. So the dicot root and monocot root both are same, having a following parts, that is epidermis, then cortex, endodermis, next is a pericycle, after that the vascular bundles, so called the xylem and phloem, both are present. In the case of the dicot root, it is less, 4 xylem and 4 phloem which are present, 4 xylem bundles and 4 phloem bundles in the case of dicot root. But in the case of monocot root, more number. You can see here the number will be more, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bundles are there, 8 xylem bundles, the 8 phloem bundles which are present compared to the dicot root. And the main difference in that is the dicot root is having a cambium which it is absent in monocot root. So only the dicot plants will be having the secondary growth. That means if the plants are present, they can able to grow as a big trees. But in the case of the monocot plants, because the cambium is absent in the case of the monocot plants, so the secondary growth will not takes place in the monocot plants. So we cannot find it the big trees in the case of monocot plants. Only the small plants or the small trees we can find it in monocot plants. So that's the structure of the dicot root and the monocot root. In the next session we'll have the still more parts of that dicot plant and the monocot plant.